see is Joyden and Chris. So, okay, well let's play D&D.
Yeah.
Push
I
the
mean,
button.
I can't. Sorry.
More D&D.
Okay. Did you push the button?
Push the button.
Dungeons and Dragons and Death.
Okay. Yeah, death. That's what that third D was for. So, yeah, we were plotting. You guys were just planning when we left off, except for Joyden, who had slipped out of the house to try to follow Lady Esfel Rosnar once again.
See how that goes.
So maybe like 500 gold?
How much you're going to offer to Bonnie, who you
Yeah.
believe is a doppelganger?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, anybody have an opinion? What do you think would be fair for showing up and then
That sounds
leaving?
pretty good.
500?
That sounds awesome. I wish I had 500 coins.
You know, you can have 500 coins, Buster.
Really?
Yeah, you can have 500 copper.
Yeah.
His mind just goes galaxy brain.
But it's only
If you
what?
have 5 gold, you can go to the bank and ask them to make it into 500 copper.
Yeah, it's only 5 gold pieces, but
She said
It's all-
coins.
That's what Buster said.
Well,
Wow.
I would like 500 units, please.
Units.
Them sweet, sweet units.
unit of your currency.
so what's the plan of action today?
Let's
I
try to
think
get.
we go and try to recruit Bonnie.
Yeah, I think that's what
I'm
we're
gonna
try
go to
do.
the library.
Ooh,
The
what you gonna do at the
library.
library?
The library.
You mean the bookworm?
Well, in
Bookshop?
there I can find a copy of the Beardy Face script.
Oh, you want a script of that play?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
I'll go with you for that,
Gotta start studying it.
since I know what it looks like,
Pro-
apparently.
yeah, probably the bookworm would have they have copies of plays, so you could probably purchase it there. It would just right up the street.
Nice.
I'll come
Convenient.
with you.
As I will.
Okay, so the 3 of them are going to the bookworm, and do the rest of you
Oh,
want
my
to wait?
2 other cast members. Great.
Yay!
Do the
Wait,
rest of you
what?
want to wait for
Wait,
them to go to the
Yes,
bookworm,
yes,
or do you
even
want?
No!
Yes.
No!
Yes! You're a
No!
scientist!
They just put a fake beard on you. It'll be fine.
No!
Love
No!
it.
I have a beard!
A bigger beard.
A big beard for your big beard!
I like
No one will
that.
believe you're a dwarf with that beard, Kelric.
Yes!
For good reason! Because I'm not!
They can't find out!
Listen, we're artistes here, Kelric.
No!
We're committed to our
Are you
art.
here?
No. But you're hearing Chris say this in the back of your mind.
No!
It's just like a little cloud with your face coming out.
You're a shapeshifter. You'll be a great actor.
Yeah!
I can see it in you.
No!
You do the little director thing where it just like, yeah.
You just.
Except there's no camera, so there'd be no point in doing.
Well, it's like a picture frame,
Round ever.
Mr. DM. It's like a picture frame.
That's not why they do it.
Buster's just envisioning
do in
all the
D&D.
paintings that painted of this play.
Oh.
Yeah.
See? Sorry.
I tuned you guys out
Oh.
Aw.
like a minute ago because I'm looking for the name of the guy who wrote because it's been a while. Cool. Okay, so I mean, do the rest of you want to wait while they go to the bookworm, or do you want to just head straight toward the yawning port?
After I follow what's her face, I'm gonna go to the yawning port.
You're gonna head to the yawning, just assuming that your friends will be there because they typically do.
Yeah, that's the idea.
I mean,
tend to.
honestly, it's not a terrible plan. Okay, so at the bookworm, Rishnal, the guy who owns the place, the little dragonborn, not too unfamiliar, not too different from Buster, actually. Though he has no feathers, he is scaly. But he's a small little gold-colored dragonborn, about half size of your average dragonborn. Thin, wears a long purple robe and a pair of circular spectacles that sit on the tip of his long snout. Has to worm his way out of the piles and piles and piles of books that he seems to have hoarded up in the place. There are books stacked floor to ceiling. The only space that's ever clean is a small circular table with a tea set on it. As you guys enter, he looks around at the three of you surprised and goes, "Oh yes, I'm glad to see you have returned. I will tell you, Mr. Kelrick, that the tutelage of your young lad has gone quite well recently. I believe he's mastered some obfuscation spells and some basic concepts of evocation. We need to be careful, or that little boy will be lighting fire to everything."
Aw.
That's my
Uh,
boy.
Is he here right now?
No, I sent him home about an
Oh,
hour ago. Based on what he's told me, I believe at this time of day he's with his regular tutor.
Yes.
Where she
I
teaches
totally
him
knew that and didn't
more.
do
Yes,
it.
no, or she teaches him more mundane knowledge.
Oh, it's
But
good having
I
a
assume
dog.
you're not here to investigate the goings on of your children. What can I do for you?
We're
looks at the
here to
three of you.
find a copy of an old play.
He kind of starts. He goes, "Oh, I believe that's the first time I've ever heard the orc speak. All right then.
It
Yes."
is? Oh, I could have sworn I have before.
He points over his shoulder up the second floor. There's like a wrought iron spiral staircase, which has books stacked on it. And there's like a little path that you can go up. He points and he goes, "If you go up the stairs to the second level, back right corner is plays. Are you searching for a specific one?"
I am. It's called. Have you ever heard of a play called Your Beardy Face?
He nods and he goes, "Oh, it's Dwarvis. How do I say this? In the most polite terms I can put, it's a
Hella
lower
racist?
class play. It's sexist." And he's like, "It's about a female dwarf who pretends to be a male dwarf to participate in a more masculine activity." And the dwarves have moved along past that, of course. The play is quite old.
Boomer play.
Yeah, exactly. The play is quite old. The woman posing as a man. Psh, and he goes, "It's silly. Dwarven women have been serving in shield walls, 1,500 years at this point. But I have a copy of the play."
Oh, good, good. Just
I could-
for reference sake.
A moment, I'll dig it out for you. And he disappears behind a stack of books, and then you see him pop out as he goes up the stairs to the second floor. And then he disappears behind some more books, and you hear some rifling and ruffling, and then a curse and draconic, and then he reappears, goes down the stairs, disappears, reappears at the front counter again. Yeah, and it's like, have you guys ever been one of those game stores like where there's just too much shit and they've covered the counter in magic cards and you're afraid you're gonna knock something over? It's like if Nan's was more cluttered.
Yeah.
Even
is,
more
is
cluttered?
that possible?
Yeah, yeah. It's because there's literally just stuff stacked everywhere, and he has a rolled up piece of parchment with a ribbon tied around it. Looks like it's about 5 or 6 pages. It's fairly short. And he puts it down and he goes, "This one was written, probably 70, 80 years ago, this copy. The play's much older than that." He stops and thinks. And he's like, "Well, if I sold it for this, buy those books. We'll call it 2 gold."
Excellent. I'll take it.
And he sells it. He's like, pulls out another book, which is his ledger, and starts filling it out. And he goes, "If you don't mind me asking, why the sudden interest in terrible old dwarven place?
Well, you see, my friend here, where's Buster?
Yeah, hi.
Gonna scoot up to the front. Is really looking to increase his knowledge in dwarven lore.
Yes.
Oh, I have much better books than this. This has no history, context.
Oh, he insisted on reading this one first.
He shrugs.
They've got a beard like I do.
It's the easiest way to keep his attention.
He shrugs.
I figured I would start him off with something short.
He shrugs and it's a play about a woman wearing a. Oh, fine. And he slides the parch. I assume somebody's gonna pay him the 2 gold.
I do.
Okay, you give him the 2 gold pieces. It disappears under the counter, and he's, yes, well, very well then. And tell your youngest child there that if he practices hard, and comes back to me tomorrow, I may have a new spell.
Will do.
Thank you.
I'm glad that. Thank you so much for teaching him, because I would not.
I'm
I
distracted.
would not know what to do.
Aw.
Look at this critter. Can I get the camera where it can see his head?
That's a good doggo.
Boo boo.
I love you, buddy.
See, nobody believes me when I tell them that's how he spends.
Oh.
Because he's always so crazy. He wants so much attention. Okay.
Mope.
The rest of you head to the yawning. Joyden, unexcitedly, she goes home. Back to her house. Once she gets home, she's helped out of a carriage again by a group of guards. They show her into the house, and then what I'd like you to do is make a perception check for me.
I would love to do that as well. Perception. No, that's persuasion.
Hey,
Okay.
you don't see me, please.
She goes into her house and then sit outside of her home for about another hour before you finally give up and assume she's not coming back out.
Good deal. Awesome. I've seen nothing. Apparently they have bricks for walls. Who does that?
This is one of those moments where don't look at what I rolled over here. Away from my monitor, madam.
You missed something important.
Huh?
Stop trying to stare at my monitor. I'll keep coming up. This is
Aw.
crazy.
Oh
Give
God!
us the dirt.
Cheating.
Easy.
Can I use my inspiration?
If you want. I don't think it's gonna help. I'll be honest.
Oh,
Come on.
It's mighty high. 20 something.
Oh wow. Oh, even
Ew.
worse.
No.
The other group of you get to the yawning portal probably about 10 minutes before Joyden is going to show up, and those of them to the book are going to show up. So that would be Layla and Chris. You arrive, and as always, Durnan is behind the bar, and Bonnie is out fluttering around. She's standing near a table, actually, talking to a group of people. A group of patrons that you see regularly but have never interacted with, a young man and a young woman that she seems to be friendly with.
What do they look like?
They might be brother and sister. They have dark hair, dark skin. They might be Calamishite, meaning they're probably from Far East, like a desert type nation. Think sort of Middle Eastern in their looks.
Okay.
So sort of
But-
olive-colored skin, black hair.
But she seems like real friendly with them, or just like normal business friendly?
Bonnie looks like Cat.
Insight.
Friendly in the nature. Like she's probably friends with them. You've seen her talking to them before.
Huh. Guys.
Yes.
You think maybe doppelgangers?
Aren't I the only other
Friends?
person?
Oh yeah,
Sorry.
Chris.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
So
well,
I'm not,
I
just to
don't
clarify,
know.
I'm not there yet, right?
No.
Oh, it does
Right.
look like Cat.
We've
I
had this
think they
discussion
did.
before.
We've had this.
There
Her
was-
nose is a little broader, but other than that,
Me and
I
that
think-
pointed nose.
I thought we were told that there were 2 doppelgangers in the portal.
you were told that. Yeah, the Emerald Enclave was a group of them here.
the Emerald Enclave was suspicious that there was a group of them here.
Okay. I
You
thought
guys
they
never
said
really
specifically
into it.
2 or something.
A group of doppelgangers.
I think
They were
okay.
worried it was going to throw the balance of the city out of whack.
I think we really just need the one, right?
Yeah, we just need one.
Okay, well we'll just talk to her when she brings us
We don't know
some
those
drinks.
other people.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, keep
Okay.
an eye out.
She motions for you to find a place to. You guys are used to, and you do. And a moment later, she does appear at your table. It says, "Well, hello there, love. What can I do for you today?" She looks at Chris and she's like, "Quipper and chips before your match. I assume you're gonna wrestle someone today."
Oh, probably. You know me well.
She winks. "I'll bet on you like I always do."
Oh,
She
Bonnie.
likes you.
Bonnie, my dear.
She's like, she's got a notepad and like a pencil out. She's like waiting to take your.
I would like some Quipper and chips, and I also would like to speak with you in a private setting, or at this table if you have a minute after your shift.
She looks at you. She goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, dear. I'm not that kind of waitress."
Not
Yeah.
Like, I think
no,
you
no,
built
no,
this.
no, no.
Layla also has a reputation.
She goes, "Yeah, exactly."
She
goes,
turns red. She actually turns red.
She nods toward the
Oh
well,
my.
the hole in the center of the portal, and she goes, "That's the only portal here that's yawning."
Um,
Think she threw Layla off guard there.
And then she looks at Chris to like take Chris's order.
Oh yeah, Quipper and chips. I just kind of like nodded earlier.
I'm
had a
gonna,
drink,
I'm gonna hold up yeah, me too. That one, not what I meant, but yes, no.
And do you need anything to drink then, or just
I think I'm gonna need some fire wine.
fire wine? And you,
I'll
Chris,
take some water.
just water?
Yeah, you don't wanna
Hey, Layla, she just asked if you were thirsty.
get too tipsy before you
She nods. Well, I got you then.
Yep.
people.
All right, I'll be right back with your orders. And she goes over to the bar to put the orders into Durnan.
She's not allowed to throw me off guard like that. I'm the one that's supposed to be like,
I'm the one who flirts.
threw me off.
She's on the other foot.
Damn it. I can't do it, Chris. Chris, you're gonna have to take one for the team.
Oh,
Chris, take the
okay.
wheel.
Well, we all know that talking is definitely my strong point, so I will do that thing.
No, never mind. I was kidding. I'm a new drink. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Then I'll
Aw.
that'll be good.
Okay. So a few minutes are gonna pass, and people, familiar faces, minus Davil, filter about the place. You can see Mert, who you met recently, and Volo, and uh, uh, Jalaster, and two strings, three strings, and just other people that you've interacted with moving about the place. It's mid-afternoon, so people are just starting to really filter in. And about the time she gets her food, gets your guys' order, she brings your drinks by. But about the time she gets your food orders from the bar and starts to bring them to the table, the other members of the group, Joyden, Curtis, Kelric, and Buster, start to filter into the yawning portal. She nods and smiles and like nods you guys over to the table with your friends because she knows you that well. And then she begins bringing the orders over to the table.
Oh.
So as the other group of you come over, she puts the food in front of the two of you. The group that's just filtering in, and she's like, What can I get the rest of you then?
I'll have some of your finest
Finest what?
mead.
Mead? She nods.
Can I just get chips? No quipper?
Just the fried potatoes then.
Yeah, don't always want to eat fish when sometimes you are fish.
I'll get the quipper.
It's been a while since you've been
Alright.
a fish, though, Kelly.
Well, I'll bring an order. I tell you what, I'll bring an order of quipper and chips, and I'll bring you the quipper and you the chips.
Is it like a time thing? Is it like a proximity thing? Is it just like a
Yeah,
thing about being a fish?
She looks at Chris asking this question, and then she just turns to Curtis.
Oh no, I was asking Kelric.
Yeah, so she's standing there. Turns to Curtis.
Do you want to order anything, Curtis?
Oh, nothing for me, darling. I'm on a bit of a diet.
Also, Chris, you know that Kelric is
Alright.
vegetarian.
All right,
Oh,
then.
do I know that? I don't think I've ever observed
You've
that.
eaten with him enough, haven't you?
I don't know. Chris just eats whatever.
She looks enjoyed it.
So
Wait, what? Eating whatever? Why are you looking at me for
She
that?
gets whatever you guys order, and then she goes back to the bar and puts the order in. and then she
Bonnie,
goes
you're
back to
our
where
only
to go.
hope.
So she's just sort of wandering around the inn. She circles back to that table a few times to just sort of chat with her friends. You guys are left at the bar or at your table alone for a few minutes.
Help me,
Layla
Bonnie.
dropped the
you're-
ball. She can't do it. She's having performance anxiety right now
Oh,
or
no.
something.
She said she wasn't into me before I even got into her.
There,
Phrasing, Layla. Phrasing.
Layla,
No, I think that was right facing.
I just want to make sure that you know this is a little parable that I heard. That everybody's watching to see what you're gonna do. Everybody's looking.
Shut up, Jordan.
Watching.
You don't even know. You weren't even here. God.
I think maybe
and then Layla-
maybe instead of being direct, we should just give her like a vague proposition, like you want to make a little extra cash.
That's what got me into the sex thing in the first place.
Well,
and I wasn't
you
even
were
going.
like, let's take this to a private place, and
I said a more private location, but I guess she thought I meant her private location.
I mean,
Oh,
isn't that what
no.
you usually mean, though?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm,
Yeah.
okay. Curtis, I need your help.
Oh, yeah? It sounds like it went terribly.
It hasn't gone anywhere. It's 500 gold. Can you get this done? I cannot talk to her. I'm too embarrassed.
Oh, that bad, huh?
Uh-huh.
Well, I can try.
Thanks. You're the best.
Hmm.
Oh, before we actually ask this favor of Bonnie, you know she tried to murder us.
Oh, well, it
Maybe.
wasn't Bonnie. That was a demon. That looked like Bonnie, probably.
So
I'm pretty sure that demon was sent by the Castle Lanterns, anyways, and I don't think Bonnie worked.
But so, do we think that Bonnie is a shapeshifter or do we not? Because if she is a shapeshifter, she can turn into a demon and murder us all.
Were you not there when we like interrogated her, Jordan?
When?
It was like a few sessions ago, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Layla asked very straightforwardly if she was a doppelganger, and she got very uncomfortable. And then I asked her if she was a demon, and she was like, no.
And she was more comfortable with saying no on that one.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Okay. Alright. So, demon.
Yeah, I think we're pretty sure she's not a demon.
Alright. I'm gonna make sure that I bring silver arrows this time. Not saying that I don't like Bonnie. Saying I don't like.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I forgot. I have some silver bullets, I think.
All right, Curtis, you're up. I'm gonna give you guidance. I'm gonna like tap you on the leg under the table. Be like, "You got this, buddy." Like grab your leg and shake it. You got this.
Ugh. Quite a touch.
I can't. I just can't. There you go. Has some guidance.
Oh, thank you.
Good luck. We're all counting on you.
You're on the hook.
Just want to let you know that we're all counting on you.
What's
Don't-
your vector?
Well, I know when she comes back.
You're Victor. Roger.
I don't know. Flag her down. Say we need another drink, and then give her the business.
Do you need me to do it? Do I need to do?
I'll just chug the rest of my drink. So I'm gonna chug the rest of my fire wine. So we have an empty cup.
What the fuck?
I got your attention.
I have two monitors and I'm looking at my other one through my notes, and like I'm not looking at you guys, and I just hear harmonica all this. Okay. At the sound of a sharp harmonica noise, she wanders back over to your table, blinks a little confused, whips out her notepad and says, did you guys need a refill, Layla? Yeah, did you? She's.
She nods her head but does not speak.
Oh, I think she's doing quite right. Bonnie, my dear, I have a question for you. I hope that isn't too unbecoming of me.
She just looks at you.
Can I cast Zone of Truth?
You can. That's
Can
a
I
thing you can
try?
do. I mean, there's literally nothing stopping it.
All right, then I want to cast it.
Okay. What's the saving throw?
I don't have it written on the thing.
I look it up. Zone of Truth. You create a magical zone. It's a 60-foot radius, so there are several people within 60 feet of you that suddenly cannot lie. Oh, it's a 50-foot radius. Sorry. Until the creatures, but charisma. Is this a charm effect?
Is it? Yeah, and is this a rank? Like, do we all need to do
Yeah.
it?
If you want to avoid the effects of it, then yes, you need to make the saving throw. You're all within 50.
Charisma save.
Is this a charm effect? It is not. Cool. So she will make her.
Nat 20.
Ooh.
Nice.
I also get a nat 20.
You should play a card game.
Aw.
So you cast the spell. There's this wave that goes over the group of you. She blinks and looks a bit confused. Curtis, you are aware that it does not affect her, but Chris and Kelrick are currently unable to lie.
Oh, good, huh?
Yeah, that's surprising.
Well, I'm just gonna lean in and be like, I don't want to alarm you, but are you by any chance a shapeshifter?
She blinks a little confused and says, "Well, why on earth would you?" Oh, that's not our accent. Sorry, love. I'm not sure why you'd ask me that.
It's no, we're not judging here by any means. We just figured we have a job and we figured we might need your assistance. It would pay very handsomely if you're at all interested, but if not, we'd be happy to take our services else. Just figured I'd ask.
Um,
Oh.
we We like you, Bonnie, and we trust you more than anyone.
Aw.
I can't make eye contact.
She sort of blinks and looks at a lot of you, a little confused, and she's. You need somebody who's a shapeshifter then for a specific job. Is that what it is?
We do. I mean, if not you, then if someone you know.
And you
Also,
believe
we'd like someone trustworthy.
I'm a shapeshifter. You think I'm someone who can change their appearance? She looks at Curtis and squinches. You told anyone else of these suspicions?
Absolutely not. It stayed within our humble salad bar.
Make a persuasion check, Curtis.
You have a +4.
A
It's just
D4.
D4. A D4. Sorry, a D4.
So, is that just normal or with advantage because I have the thing?
You can use your inspiration
Mm,
if you have inspiration.
Did we share our suspicions with anyone?
No, I
No.
don't think so.
Hmm.
Because the only time we got attacked was by some
No,
person that.
10 plus a 4?
a D4. You have to roll it.
Two.
Mm.
Oh,
Oh.
thanks.
Cool.
Damn it.
Sorry. Sorry.
Alright.
She
What's the total?
11.
11?
Can
She's
can
a
I
tricky
help?
one.
Can I be like?
It's a little late for that.
Okay, well, I can't.
How are you gonna help? How are you gonna help?
How would I help? I'd be like, what? No, you're a lovely lady, and we'd never say anything bad about you.
Aw.
True that, yo.
Typically, if you're trying to give another player by helping, you need to do that before.
I can't hear
If you're trying to give another player advantage for a roll, you need to do that before the roll is made.
you. Oh.
Before I'm like, make this check, you're like, I'd like to do this thing to help.
Yeah.
But I will let you roll with advantage, Curtis.
Oh, shit. Let me try again.
Give it a best shot.
Persuasion. Advantage.
Damn.
Oh, that time was better.
Whew.
Okay, so what's the total now?
25. Do I roll a 1d4 again? Or?
You just add the 1. So 26.
26.
Jesus. Okay, she goes, all right then, well, love, let's see. I'm gonna be honest, it seems like you figured something out about me to keep it quiet, so the payment you offered plus maybe we just don't talk about this again?
Oh, absolutely. You have our word.
She nods and she goes, just where and when then, and you have to let me know what we're doing. I'm not okay with killing anybody, anything of the sort.
Oh no. We're just opening a door. Don't worry about it.
Right, so some kind of thievery. Well,
No. Well,
all right then. Well,
If it belongs
We're
to
using
nobody,
keys.
is it thievery? I mean, it's like
Picking the locks.
re-thievery.
read thievery. She nods and she goes, "All right then. You, I'll figure it out. Let me know where and when, and I'll do my best to be there."
Oh,
No,
did we tell her
thank
how much
you.
it
You're
pays?
a doll.
I think
I'll give her
I
a
don't
tip.
remember. Curtis offered her an amount of money, but I don't. It wasn't specific, but it's generous. Okay.
I mean, I guess we could ask how much she's expecting for
she's
this.
Yeah, we
she
could
seems
ask her.
she seems more concerned with keeping you guys from telling her secret. So
Yeah.
I don't want her to be upset.
We won't tell nobody.
She's gonna believe us anyway.
They'll just think we're crazy.
Well,
Yes, Buster.
I mean, to be fair, most of us are.
Maybe just eccentric.
But safe.
You treated us well over the days, buddy.
anyway, That seems sorted.
I feel
Yes.
awkward now.
May eat your various meals,
Yum yum yum.
drink your
Aw.
various drinks, and around an hour later, what do?
I want to.
Around an hour later, I'm so glad nobody asked me anything.
Yeah, I wanted to actually ask you a question, Kelbert, but I didn't want to ask you in front of everybody else. So I spared you.
You could always pull Kellerick aside.
You could, and then go into the secret chat.
Denny. Yeah, she's right there.
Oh,
Hard to see her.
I see her ears. So cute.
Would we still consider this like under the zone of truth?
I mean, if you want to ask Kellerick questions under the zone of truth, there's a potential that other people will hear it, but you're not aware that Kellerick failed the zone of
Oh, then,
Curtis is.
yeah.
Curtis knows who affected by a spell and who.
I
other
don't
people
think
do.
anyone else even knows I cast it except for
Yeah, because you have to like wave your hands around and talk. There's components to casting, like let me see. Zone of Truth is visual and thematic. You have to speak the magic words and wave your hands around, or play your harmonica in a specific way, or
No. Okay.
so
Let's
there's a
just say it was
thing you
the
have to do.
harmonica blowing.
Yeah,
The seductive harmonica.
but
Then
if
no,
you
I'm
wanna
not
try to question,
Nah, I mean, I think the whole curiosity would have been like, oh, so you can't lie.
I mean, you felt the spell, like you felt the magic. You saw Curtis do something. You're just not aware of what it is.
So technically, you could, ask anybody anything. Oh wait, he doesn't know it's a.
He doesn't know what the spell was. He just knows that
Yeah.
that Curtis did some magic shit.
I'm okay with not asking.
Okay.
But I do want to ask Jalaster more about Yagura. I'm assuming that Yagura and Davos? Is Davos the one that was arrested too?
Yeah, Yagra and Davil.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, I want to maybe we can find out what he was arrested, detained for.
He says, unfortunately, I arrest or was full.
Arrested for what?
He doesn't know.
Okay. Would you happen to know anybody that would know why they're detained?
Ask the police.
Nope, not doing that.
Hang on a second.
Mhm.
Problems? Like, heard wrong?
You look at it, honey. You looked at it.
What happened?
What about now?
Yeah, I
Okay.
can hear you.
Hopefully I'll stop cutting out now. We'll see how this works. So he doesn't really know. He told you to ask the police. I said it in character, but then Discord, the audio fucked up. So, What do you guys want to do now?
So, that play,
We need
huh?
a rendezvous for our friend.
Maybe we just invite her to our house? Oh. Oh, God.
I
Yeah.
mean, she knows where that is.
Somebody that looks like Bonnie does.
I don't. Somebody else talk to her. I
Oh.
gotta go somewhere else.
No, Layla.
I could talk to her.
Yeah, Buster, you do it.
Okay.
I'm very seductive.
Oh, I'm sure you'll win her over.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Let me just. I'm gonna adjust Buster's collar a little bit to tip his hat.
Ah,
Give him a dusting and then like cologne him and then call him good.
how do I look?
Like $1,000,000, sir.
Why are you saying he looks like deer?
Oh, Kellerick.
I'm pretty fucking good.
God.
That left me staggered.
Oh no.
Okay, well, you know.
I'm sorry, I'm not fawning over anything anymore. Okay, I'm done, I'm done.
Oh,
Just get rid of her.
fawning.
Alright, Buster, go on now, scoot. And I'm gonna pat you on the butt and give you guidance in case you fuck up.
Okay. Oh, here we go.
Who the fuck is Buster talking to and why?
Oh, I was gonna talk to Bonnie and let her know that she can come over to our place.
Okay.
I don't know.
Alright.
I'm just passing guidance out like candy, okay?
Oh, thank
you get
you.
a guidance. Did you get a guidance? Everyone gets a guidance.
Yep. Use it all the time. You're gone.
Okay, so you approach her at the bar.
Okay, so, I've been told that there's a rendezvous point at our house if you'd like to be there.
She says, for the job you hired me for, then.
Yeah.
She nods. When, then?
Hey guys, when are we gonna have her over?
Well, what time is it right now? Is it still in the afternoon?
Let's give
Maybe
her
tonight later?
maybe a couple days because we still gotta get the other stuff. Just tell her two in the evening, 2 days from now.
Evening 2 days from now.
Mm-hmm.
We'll prepare a great salad for Bonnie.
Yeah,
She
what kind
nods.
of salad do you like?
Yeah, it's gotta. We're gonna.
All
do
right, then I'll be there. Salad. Well, does egg salad count?
Yes.
Sure.
No, the egg salad then.
Alright.
You can see this like look of confusion on her face where she's trying to figure out what kind of job involves salad.
Does anyone know how to make an egg
And
salad?
her shape shifting.
I can lay eggs.
Does anyone
like,
in our house
tucks his hat.
cook?
Oh God.
Do any of us actually know how to cook?
I don't think so.
No.
I thought we were gonna hire cooks.
Salad doesn't need cooks.
Yeah, you just
chop it
toss
up.
it together.
Yeah. Well, which end of the salad do you eat? I don't even know.
Which one is the
Right.
salad fork?
I'll go look. I'll go to the what Wyvern?
What?
Forget the name of the bookstore.
Oh, the bookworm?
The bookworm.
Bookworm. Yeah, I'll go down to the bookworm and see if he has a recipe for that.
Cool.
Eggs. How does? I mean, we all know how to make egg salad. Surely your characters know how to make egg
Can't be
salad.
that
don't.
hard.
But is it good enough to buy?
I'm sure. Well,
Okay, everybody but Kat knows how to make egg salad.
Okay, Kat.
I'm sorry, I've never even eaten egg salad.
Have you made tuna salad?
No.
Oh,
Have you ever
cat.
made- have,
What the
have you ever
fuck?
made? Well, have you
You
ever
just
made
gotta put
potato
mayonnaise
salad?
in there.
No, I don't like potatoes.
Have you eaten potato salad?
No, maybe.
The worst Irishman ever.
Oh.
Scottish.
Egg salad. It's basically just eggs and mayonnaise.
Yeah.
I've never eaten
and,
it.
like,
That sounds like
seasoning.
crap.
I kind of want
Delicious.
some
It's
now.
actually
Yeah,
pretty
exactly.
delicious.
Yeah.
I know.
Delicious.
I say that. I don't
Deviled
like
eggs, Kat. You ever had deviled eggs?
I have had those. They're
Deviled eggs
okay, but not
egg
great.
salad are very similar, except you cut it all up and put it in a bowl, and you can put like dill relish in that bitch, and you got egg
Okay.
salad.
Nice.
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 I like how you said that. I'm just
I'm sorry for being such a
Oh,
pleb.
thanks.
sorry.
Excellent pleb.
Ow.
Oh,
And he
plebeian.
like pulls an egg out from under his hat.
Oh
Oh, you
god.
just got eggs under there now, Buster?
Oh no.
Yeah, you want one?
What kind of egg is it?
It's an egg. It's kind of circular shaped.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll take one.
No, don't
There
do
you
it.
go.
I jump. I'm like, no.
I'm gonna go put some eggs on the boil. I'll be right back.
Aw.
Mmm.
Wait, you're serious?
Are we gonna have
I
an egg
think he
salad
is serious.
demonstration after this?
I think we are.
I kind of want to make some egg salad too.
I know.
Denny, do you want any eggs?
Right now?
Yeah.
I'll be all right.
I could go
Okay.
for
Mm.
double
I'm still pretty
eggs,
full.
Actually.
What are we doing? He wants to know.
Oh,
Eggs.
yeah, I'm tucking away this egg that I from Buster. Putting it in a safe place.
Oh god.
Make sure you keep it warm.
Oh, okay. Is it already warm?
Yes.
I'm gonna like stick it in my armpit.
Oh god, is that fertilized?
It's a good place for it.
I guess we'll figure it out. We'll see.
Oh
Yep.
god. Oh, Buster.
You never know.
You have a son.
Gonna tuck it into my shirt.
No, he has another son.
Another son.
Had a son. That's
Oh!
It's okay if you eat it. I won't feel bad.
Oh no, I'm curious now. I want to see if anything hatches.
Aw.
I'm committed.
Aw, Chris is a committed mother.
It's probably like the size of a quail egg and it's kind of red and purple.
Has an eye on it.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Okay.
Big red eye.
It wiggles sometimes,
Do I get the feeling that it's watching me?
Oh god.
but lovingly.
Okay.
You guys realize what's gonna happen, right? I'm gonna wait till you forget about this and then punish you horribly for it.
That's
Yay.
awesome.
You mean for the egg?
That's all.
Yeah.
Really?
That's what he
Think
does.
of all the stupid little things that you guys have mentioned in the past that like 6 months later I bring back up.
Yeah.
I know, you're amazing at that.
Yeah.
I actually thought it was just the kids thing. Oh,
I never
Nope.
regretted Hans.
Aw.
Aw.
Anyway,
This is fun.
get that ball. Anyway, what are you guys doing? Because like right now you're just eating and drinking, and Bonnie has agreed to show up at your house in a few days, and then you still have 2 other keys that you need to acquire.
Oh yeah.
One
Well,
of which
I thought we
requires
can-
rehearsal and practice. The other one is the thing
Oh.
that you have to physically go get.
I forgot about actually rehearsing the play.
well, I think the
Speaking of rehearsing the play, I'm gonna move backward now. Bye.
Oh.
No, you don't. You gotta come and play.
No, God.
We can read our lines on the way over.
No, it's fine. I'll go by myself.
Oh, that
worked
sounds
this-
like an excellent idea.
I want to see my lines.
So
Vicious.
Calric,
I mean, I'm illiterate. I can't read.
Calric tries to quickly flee the yawning portal.
I'm gonna hold
but the rest-
person on her.
Well, no, the rest of you rest of you are quickly in tow behind Kelric with the script to this play.
Oh.
I will let you guys decide what roles exist in the play outside of the female dwarf that pretends to be a male dwarf, and I will let you cast them as you see fit, so that you can begin practicing it.
I think that there's a tree in the play, and I cast myself as a tree.
You've got to have the little circle cut out for your face.
Aw.
Perfect, because I'm tall.
And I'm just like flipping through the pages, and I'm like, "There's no tree in this. There's no tree in here."
Maybe there's like a shrub or something.
Are there
May-
even trees underground
Oh.
where dwarves live?
Kelric,
No.
Kelric, you can be the disapproving father that's never wanted a daughter.
Yeah,
No.
sounds
no,
right.
I want.
It's gonna be
no,
Mulan.
please, No.
It's Mulan in play.
No.
Oh my god, let's make Mulan in play. I'm gonna be this goofy dragon.
Oh yes, there's always a dragon. Yes, there has to be a goofy dragon. That's gonna be like.
Mulan's father is not disappointed.
But he said you dishonor me.
Because she does. Because
Oh.
it's ancient China.
Doesn't matter. Whatever.
This is ancient dwarven times.
Yeah, ancient
Listen.
dwarf.
Let me explain how Confucianism works
No.
and how everything in China is based on like the assigned roles that society give you. Let me give you a history lesson and then we'll. No, go ahead.
No,
Do we
no.
have
I don't want to listen to a history lesson.
Oh.
I want to listen.
Oh,
What
God.
does Confucianism say about the royal?
Literally, everybody has like a given role in society, like a planned role that they're supposed to play out. You even take a test to see what your role is.
Chase's TED Talk.
Yeah, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. You even had in Confucius China, you had, so if you're a woman, you're expected to do very specific things. If you're a man at a certain status in society, you're expected to do very specific things, and they would give you a test. Like literally, there was a test you would take that would determine your role in society. So the reason he feels like Mulan has dishonored him is because she's not fulfilling her role in society the way she's supposed to, which is why it's such a big deal that she runs off and joins the army, and pretends to be a man. She's like completely breaking the mold on literally a social economical structure. It's not like women aren't allowed to do that thing. It's literally like you're a peasant girl who's pretending to be a middle class man. Like it's I don't know. And it's more in depth than we realize as a Western society. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Cool.
Thanks, Chase.
Encore.
Yeah, it's great.
Do you have a book? I would like to sign it. Wait,
I want a
opposite.
signed copy.
Yeah.
You got any
Please
headshots?
sign it.
Hey, Tippy. Who's my booper?
Oh.
He's giving
yeah.
me the whines and the touches.
No.
He wants
I thought I heard an Archer sound.
Yeah. Let's see. Can you look up here? Yeah, there he goes.
Hello, Poofy.
Puppy on stream.
You're gonna gain followers.
So much
didn't-
follower.
I didn't know you
But-
picked up a class in Ranger.
I did. This
Aw.
is my spirit animal.
I really wanted to play a ranger and have a giant German Shepherd as my familiar, but they die too easy, and I would be too sad if I had my doggo die even in game. So you
that
filter
sucks.
out into the street. You're flipping through the pages quickly of this play, and yeah, I'll let you guys go ahead and tell me what the roles are in the play and who's playing what role. That's what we're gonna do.
I want to be the narrator.
Awesome.
That's a good part. That's a good.
But
I wanna
Chris,
be-
go ahead.
Oh, I want to be the wacky, comic relief dragon.
Okay, all right. Comic relief dragon. I'm down
There's
with that.
one in every
I
dwarven
don't know if this play has
Huh?
one of those. We're gonna have to make up a part.
I am every single character that only has one line.
That's a
I'm
lot
giving-
of lines.
I'm giving you guys creative license to to make it up. So if Buster wants there to be a comedic relief dragon, there's a comedic relief dragon.
For the
Awesome.
comedy that already has comedy in it.
I love it.
I'm a very non-essential role.
What does Layla want to do? I don't know. Anybody?
Could be the star that.
Well, because it's
No.
like a girl and then 2 male love interests.
I
Ooh,
guess maybe that's fine. Thank you.
Or we could put you in drag, whichever.
I could be in drag. I mean, or I could be a love interest. I could be either one of those.
Why are there 2 male love interests?
You should be both hot male love interests.
Maybe
I think that
could
would
do
get
2.
confusing.
maybe there should be 1 male and 1 female love interest. That way, whenever the dwarven maiden that turns dwarven male, it's like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to love her now, and just like
Ooh.
it, like that, and then it's just like, no, I loved him, and she's like, oh my gosh,
No, that's beautiful, Joyden. You should be the love interest.
That's
Done.
actually, yeah, that's actually pretty good. There's like, cause he's the female character, the female lead is pretending to be a man, so there needs to be a woman that she dates while she's pretending to be a man, and then the dude that she's in love with before she starts pretending to be a guy.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
you're a genius, Uzi!
You are. Oh my god, I love it.
All right, so I guess I'll be the male love interest.
Okay, I'll be the female love interest.
So who's gonna be the cross-dressing one?
Calric.
Well, there's only
No, I'm the narrator.
I think that'd be perfect for you.
So who wanted to be the disapproving father? Was
No
that
one.
Kurt?
that was my idea.
Okay. So far we have the male and female love interests. We have the narrator and a comedic relief dragon. We still need like the lead character.
I guess Chris will be the lead character with my -2 charisma.
Okay. So,
Yay!
Yeah, and you could also be the narrator too. You know, like being
Yeah,
like
I guess
some
so.
analog.
so you're gonna re-script it so that it's like the main. It's like Ferris Bueller's Day Off where he starts telling the
Yeah.
start of the okay, so you guys will re-script it. So we have the main character, 2 love interests, and then we still need roles for comedic relief. We still need roles for Curtis and Kelric.
Oh, I'm the background characters. I want as few lines as possible. Whatever the least amount of lines is, that's the role Kelric will take.
So I think what Kelric will do will be the ones that will always just believe in characters. Just like, you can never do this.
Kelric is the supporting,
opposite.
is the heroine's dog.
Yes!
Mhm.
I can do that role.
The supportive dog.
Right.
I mean, I think Buster's already filling that role by being the like comedic sidekick.
Oh, you can be
That's
tight
only
ass
assuming we're doing Mulan.
from Final Fantasy.
Titus is the main character in Final Fantasy.
No, I was saying like
Listen to my story.
Chris can be like both the narrator and the protag, just like Titus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tight ass.
Oh, okay, Chris. No, Buster.
Did you call him Titus?
Tight ass. He's got tight ass.
Buster is already kind of the sidekick character, the dog.
Oh, I was kicked out of my role.
No, that's what you are. So Kelric and Curtis need to fill a different role because Chris.
Background characters.
We already got
Background
dragon.
characters. Take
Yeah,
those.
you could be
Okay.
the props.
And then Curtis, what role are you gonna fill?
If we
I
need
guess
a
Kelric
broom,
will be our
someone to
stagehand.
Yeah, and so we still need a role for Curtis.
Well, what's left for me?
You guys are making it up. I don't fucking know. I made this play up on the spot.
You can
Well,
play the
now you gotta
music.
follow through.
Curtis, you can play the music.
Yeah.
Sets the tone with
You
music.
can be the orchestra.
That
Yeah,
makes
you can
sense.
come in playing folk songs instead of saying that they're going to the place.
Yes.
any
Yeah,
kind of
love it.
transition.
Works with me.
Gonna have to brush up on my old dwarven music knowledge.
Alright.
Harmonica.
You guys argue about these roles for a bit, and then once you're settled on them, about the time you guys are headed home, right? About the time you're getting back to Troll Skull Alley, you've landed on the roles, you begin sort of practicing the lines, and you arrive back at home early evening, right around sunset.
Whoa, I'm bushed. I can't wait to be the comic relief dragon.
Wait. I have a question. Well, more of a question for Buster. Buster, have you asked any more questions from the floating rock?
No, do you want to ask it a question?
No, not really. There's nothing that's coming to mind right now. Like I don't want to ask it who's my father because then he'll tell me.
And then you'll know.
Yeah, and then I can't not know.
What? Wait.
You
Wait.
don't know.
Buster, you need to ask it if you have a son.
Oh, well, that's a weird question.
Because you don't remember. But it'll tell you because it's a magic rock.
Well,
Why
is
would
that
I
the
know?
kind of stuff the magic rock would know?
I don't know.
I think it doesn't know everything.
Alright, fine. Hey, magic rock, do I have a son? Or grandson?
Oh.
Oh god.
See, my
That would be
natural
funny if I knew
instinct
about your
as the
family.
dungeon master is just to end the game right there.
Yeah.
Oh.
But we have like another hour that we could play.
Yeah, we do.
The rock just explodes.
Let me.
Are we meeting again next week? Or are we taking off for Christmas?
I figured we'd take off for Christmas, and then the week after that, we will do our Christmas one shot like we typically do. Yeah, the wet, ancient, sort of dripping old voice rumbles through your head, Buster, and the answer is you have a son, and they are in the city of Waterdeep.
What?
Good night, everybody.
It explains the same thing over again for answer number 2.
Yeah, explains the same thing. You have a son from your now defunct marriage. They are disconnected from you, though connected to Curtis in an unexpected way, and in the city of Waterdeep.
I didn't expect that answer.
Hmm.
What's their name?
Filbert Nut.
Huh. Weird name. Well. And then he just runs up to his little turret and slams the door and locks it.
Okay.
Alright.
Buster, what does the rock say?
And you just hear muffled screaming.
Did we hear any of that, or was it all in Buster's head?
No, it's all in Buster's head.
Oh, okay.
So you just heard him say, like, what? Oh, well, that's a weird name. And then he just ran upstairs and screams.
I'm guessing that's a yes.
Scream becomes a long, low howling sound.
Ooh.
Does,
Do we go check
does
on
the
it?
egg that I tucked into my armpit like wiggle a little bit?
Nope.
No.
I already told you I'm gonna wait till you guys forget about that egg.
I just want to know how
But
one
it's my
forgets that they're
friend
carrying an egg
now.
underneath their armpit.
Because she's not actually carrying an egg underneath her armpit.
I mean,
That's
you
where
don't
she
know
said
that.
she stuck it.
There's never
Yes.
been an egg.
The character is, but the player is not. So the player will forget about it, and then the dungeon master will use as an excuse to do something mean.
I
How
mean,
will the character forget?
but, like, okay. I mean, I have a pretty long memory, and probably just because you've mentioned that I'll forget about it, I'll hang on to it. but I do have a question about a thing that I did forget about. If that's
Sure.
okay. If this
Yeah.
is like the good time for that.
All the time's a
So
good time.
when we fought that octopus like forever ago, I got some octopus barbs and its beak.
Mhm.
Can I do anything with that?
I don't know. Be creative.
Can I like craft it into a weapon or something?
You could make a weird like addle. You know what an addle is?
Isn't that the throwy thing?
Oh, not the addle. Hang on.
Yeah, that's like the throwing thing that
Yeah, it's like a spear thrower.
yeah.
Yeah, not the addle. Hang on.
Cat of nine tails. No. Scary thing. He's looking up a scary thing. Look how blue his eyes are.
Oh, them baby blues.
Sexy.
Fog.
Ow. And now he's hiding.
Oh.
Oh.
What are y'all looking
Wait
at?
till he
What
looks up.
was
Nah, damn
what
it.
was the not the Mayans but the other ones? Aztec.
Aztec. Hold on. He's gonna look up here. There he goes. Oh. And now he's gone again. He's hiding.
I can't actually say the name of this thing. Maquahot. I'll just get you a picture.
Okay.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, great. I had to make sure because I muted myself and
Oh, the obsidian sword?
Yes.
Yeah, I
Oh.
love those things.
Oh, that's nasty.
Ew, those are
You can make a thing like that with the barbs.
Obsidian
Cool.
sword.
Nice.
Yikes.
It's two pieces of wood plank with like sharp pieces of obsidian fixed between them, and you whack people with it. It's like a
Yeah.
saw. You can do that with the barbs, basically. That's the first thing that came to my mind.
Okay.
But you feel free to be creative and do weird shit with it if you want. Just let me know what you want to do, and if you want to take it to Emmerich and Avi, they could maybe whip something up for you.
Can I make a
And I'll come up with
grappling
that.
hook out of it?
Yeah, it would probably be less effective as a weapon.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I don't always need I have so many weapons. Chris just like collects weapons. I have a very long list of things that I've picked up from my character.
Oh, so you're like Chase.
Yeah, I guess so. I've got like 4 swords
You're muted.
and
Hold on.
crossbows.
You
and
say that, but I
javelins
literally
and-
have like pocket knives all over my desk. Like 3 of them just here.
I am not surprised.
There might be more in my desk.
Oh, you never know when someone might take your desk.
It's true.
These are just the ones that were in my pocket today.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh my
I have an
goodness.
arrow in my inventory, even though I don't have a bow.
And then like in this closet with our board games is like I think there's 1 or 2 swords in that closet.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my.
That's like my house. Except the swords aren't mine.
Ooh, show us.
In this house with me. What, who, me?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh.
Wow. That's a big one.
what are y'all looking at?
Chase's
Can you-
camera.
Yeah, I can't see Chase's camera, so I was
Totally
confused
not a
for
dick.
second
Swords.
also.
Totally not a dick.
Hearing me
You can
going,
open my stream
oh,
if you
that's
want to
a
see it.
big one.
Ooh, that's a big one. That's funny.
Sword
And then he's
weaves.
got nunchucks behind me.
Wah!
Yeah, I remember I brought nunchucks to a party randomly. Chase was just like, yeah, I use nunchucks all the time. He's just like, what?
Yes, and then you guys got drunk and played with them in the backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Precious memories.
And then there was drunken, like, carrying people runs. I
Oh
also
yeah,
remember
that was funny.
Piggyback rides.
Oh.
The races.
Yep.
I need to get more buff so I can do that.
Oh, yeah. Me
Nunchucks
too.
they're like yo-yos. They're like it's just fun to play with them, do tricks. Just get like a cheap padded pair and play with them.
Oh.
Yeah, because actually doing like just playing with them is fun, but using them as a weapon is very impractical. Because when you hit something with them, they bounce back towards you.
Ouch.
So if you don't get the reason people learn how to do stuff like the little tricks where you flip it across the back of your hand or catch it up behind your back or whatever, it's because that's what you have to do to control it when it whips back towards your fucking face.
Oh, God.
So you'll hit something with it and they bounce back like right back at you. You're like, ah, shit.
Ah.
You could hurt somebody with them, but it's a really impractical weapon. Like it doesn't. I don't see how it's like anybody ever actually used them in combat.
Yeah, it's like you'd hurt yourself as well as the person in front of
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. But they're fun just to play with, like just to twirl around. Cool. Well, now that I'm done showing off the random crap I think there's some other stuff in that closet too that I'm not gonna whip out on Susie's stream. But you rehearse this play, you return home, Buster freaks out, runs upstairs, the kids finish up with their tutor and are running around the house making noise and play fighting. You guys have an
Jinx?
evening.
The lad at the bookworm said that if you go back tomorrow, he thinks he has a new spell for
Sweet, I know magic!
Aw.
you. Yes, you do.
You tell me how to light candles with my mind.
That's awesome. And
Just
I'm
don't
very
set our
worried.
house on fire.
I'm gonna try
Please
to
don't.
do it to Nat's hair.
No.
Ugh.
Can't stop me, I know magic! He runs into another room.
Should I just, like, hold person him?
Kelric, do something about your child. It's out of control.
You go follow after Jinx, I guess.
They'll listen to you. You're the mom.
That does not
right,
mean
you're
that
the
they'll
mom.
listen to me.
You're the mom.
I had to go turn the eggs off. Okay, so the kids are running around. What do you guys want to do for the evening?
I'm gonna lick some shoes. Speaking of shoes, remember when we went to that party and I was talking to the Duchess of Lanster, whatever,
Lander.
Castle Lantern.
Castellaner Villa. I don't know if I actually got her information of how to make shoes. I just know that people were interested in it. But that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm basically making those orders.
Okay.
Just
Awesome. I guess I want to know about Buster. And if he has a kid or not.
Buster ran upstairs.
Yeah, I'm gonna go upstairs and knock.
So you're knocking on the ceiling. Buster, there's a knock on your floor.
He doesn't respond.
Buster.
You hear a growl.
Opening your door. Can I open this door?
Yeah, you open the door. The growling gets louder. You start hearing scratching and more angry noises. And then as the door actually crests open, it suddenly stops.
Cast light. What are you doing up here? Why-
Moping.
Moping? Why do you sound like a wolf?
Buster, you heard no such sounds. You don't know what she's talking about, a wolf.
That wasn't me.
Why are you moping? Did the rock tell you something?
All this time I've been wondering why I came to this place.
Yeah?
On the way here, I forgot. The
Yeah.
rock told me.
Why were you here?
I forgot that I even had a son.
Aww. Do you want to go find him?
I don't even know where to start.
Well, you said when you went upstairs that's a peculiar name. Did it give you a name?
Yes.
That's probably a place to start.
Layla, weren't you the one that was in the room with Buster the last time they talked to Finn?
Yeah.
His name is Filbert Nut.
Ah, that sounds familiar. Wait, did he ever give me a name?
Nope.
Oh, okay. That doesn't sound familiar. Oh, wait! Your last name's Nut, isn't it?
I guess so.
Oh, that makes sense then, right?
Yes.
Well, at least there's something. Saying he's your son and all, he probably looks like you, doesn't he?
There was something else.
Uh-oh. What was
They
he
said
else?
Curtis was connected somehow. Do you think that Curtis was the mother?
Oh wow.
What do I tell Curtis? I wasn't there while he was pregnant.
Oh.
Calm down, Buster. I mean, this is easily solved by just asking if he's the mother, but I don't know that. How do you have children? Never mind.
If you really want to know, and he's
Layla blacks out. She does not remember a thing. She comes to at the end when you're done explaining. It's like,
and that's how babies are made.
So we still haven't solved the mystery of cloaca or no cloaca. Because Layla blacks out.
yep.
It's a mystery.
It's the mystery. Well, how about we go ask Curtis, and we'll see if we can piece together any more information.
Okay, but you gotta promise to back me up, okay?
I promise. What are we backing you up? What am I? Yeah, you got it, buddy. You're gonna do great.
This is so embarrassing.
Why? I mean, you lost all your memory, right?
I guess.
Okay, well, maybe we just need to ask some more questions to the rock to get your memory back. Maybe we can ask the rock how to get your memory back. Maybe the rock knows. The rock knows all.
I don't think the rock can answer that question right now.
Oh.
This is a question I have to ask myself. And Curtis.
And Curtis. Alright, well, let's go find out if he was the mom. I don't think so, but, you know, I blacked out, so maybe.
If you need to explain again.
And then she passes out again. She's like, whew.
Oh no.
And it comes through. And now I didn't know where babies come from again. Alright, well, I feel like I've loosened up enough to talk to Curtis.
Alright, let's go talk to Curtis.
Okay.
So where do we find Curtis? So yeah, where do we find Curtis?
Oh,
I come looking for you.
he's probably in the kitchen practicing the music for the.
Okay. Curtis is down there with his squeeze box out.
I can't get out of the turret. I'm stuck.
Oh shit! Sorry.
No escape.
I've been banished. Uh-oh.
There you go. No, I keep putting you on the main floor, and you keep going outside.
Aw.
Sorry. Okay, I'm not touching it.
There you go.
Thank you. Lisa, you tell him!
Curtis, he wants to
Yes?
know. Buster wants to know if you're the mother of his children. Child.
I'm
Son.
so
No.
ashamed. Oh? Oh, that's
No.
a relief.
What?
Now you just feel insulted. Oh, that's a relief. What?
Why would you want to have Filbert with me?
What? You.
Okay.
That's a lot to unload on Curtis, Buster.
This is a question for the dungeon master, and you can whisper it to me if you want, Curtis. I don't know if Curtis knows who the fuck Filbert is.
He doesn't know who Filbert is. He knows who.
That's all. That's it. That's all we
Yeah.
needed.
He knows who it is.
Who's a Filbert? What?
Who does he know? It bleeped out and I didn't hear it.
Oh, Mima.
Oh, Mima. Oh, okay.
Oh, well.
What's a
Filbert
Filbert?
is. Filbert's my son.
You got a son?
I know, it's a big surprise to me, and I thought you would know, because when I asked The Rock if I had a son, it told me yes, and its name is Filbert. And then it also said that you were connected somehow. So,
Was The Rock lying to you?
well, I didn't
Did-
ask.
I didn't know you and Mima had a, or
Mima?
Philia. Sorry, Philia. I didn't know you and Philia had a child.
Who the fuck is that?
Oh.
Philia Nut? What a stupid name.
Ugh. Okay. I'm probably gonna have to explain this to him.
When a dragonborn and another person love each other very much. Wait, not that
Buster,
kind.
you might want to sit down. Or you might want to be standing because you'll just stand if you sit down, and the news will be so surprising you'll stand again.
So if I stand, and then stand up again. Okay, I get it. And he stands on the chair.
He's gonna put a hand on Buster's shoulder. Buster, you used to be married.
And he falls off the chair.
I told you to stand.
I was standing! I was married! What happened?
I don't know.
Why don't you know? You should know!
I mean, prior to meeting you a couple months ago, I don't know where you went.
I don't know either. I think I'll ask The Rock. Tomorrow.
Did you run out of questions?
Oh, you have one left.
I already used it earlier in the day.
I don't think you have.
I'm pretty sure you asked two. I don't know what you asked earlier.
I don't
Yeah.
remember.
You asked the rock how it was, and you were like, "Oh wait, no, that would be one of my questions. I'm not gonna ask it that."
Oh. Okay, well then.
Yeah.
And then the other question was something about the door, like the treasure, the amount of treasure.
Oh yeah, no, yep, you guys are right. Yeah, you're out of questions.
No.
You did. You asked it about the amount of treasure. It's 500,000 gold, plus
Right.
plus some other stuff, probably.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was forgetting. Then.
Well,
500,000. That's it. I thought it was 5,000 gold. Sorry, I had
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's funny.
Maybe it's better if you hear it from the rock itself.
ugh. This is heavy.
Oh, Buster. I can't cast sleep on you. I don't know that spell.
Buster, do you need an egg in this trying time?
I might need an egg. And he reaches under his hat again.
How many eggs you got under there?
It doesn't feel like there's any.
Like one a day.
Yeah, that's about as much as I can get. I'm gonna be going now. Not for any reason in particular. I'm just going out the door.
No, wait. You can't just. That's a lot. You should probably just stay home, think about it, and not go anywhere, and do anything crazy, and.
Thinking's uncomfortable.
I'm gonna come with you.
Okay, fine.
Okay, sweet.
All right, Buster. Well, don't be out too late.
Can't go alone.
I'll go
Okay.
with as well.
Hey, no, leave me alone.
I'll just be walking.
What? Are we all going somewhere? Chris is confused now that there are
I
like
don't
3
like the
people
idea
walking
of
out
Layla
the door.
walking around with Buster alone at night.
Is this like
Why?
Me
What's
neither.
wrong?
are we going on a field trip?
Oh,
trip.
you know, the whole thing with you being the one carrying rock and everybody wanting the rock and us getting attacked in our own home.
Yeah.
That's why I want to be alone.
No, that's what.
I rolled
Yeah,
20.
sorry.
It's gone now. It's come back. It's come back. I accidentally clicked out of it.
Oh.
Hit a wrong button.
This is something I must do myself. I need to find my son.
Wait, we're gonna go find a son? Oh, we're just going for a walk.
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta go find his. We gotta go find Filbert. Filbert. Where do we?
Yes.
Where in the hell are we gonna find a Filbert?
At this late hour.
That's easy. I think. I don't know.
Crap. Okay. Guess let's, I don't know, check the nearest tavern. Maybe he happened to be in the same, the one that's closest to us. That could be a thing.
Maybe. Or I can ask my hat.
Your hat knows things?
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know.
I know your hat moves and, like, runs away from me every time I try to grab it. And it slapped me once. But...
Oh, why would you try to touch it?
Curiosity? Mostly.
That's what she said.
Ew. No, my hat sees things. So maybe it can see my son if I look hard.
Okay. Do you want to do that in the house or going somewhere to do
can't-
that?
I can't do it in the house. I don't think Filbert's in this house. Unless you want me to sit like on the roof or something. But after the last time, I don't think that's a good idea.
Oh yeah. Yeah, probably not a good idea.
Okay.
Yikes. Okay. Let's go to the nearest tavern.
Right. Okay.
That sounds right.
I really should be rehearsing my lines instead, but I want to find myself.
Filbert is not in the nearest tavern.
Fuck!
I mean, technically, your house is the nearest tavern.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck!
Aw.
Might as well come home.
Oh, well, I'm beat. Time to go to bed.
You gotta practice your lines as the comic relief dragon.
Yeah, maybe Filbert will come to see it.
What if we find him and he dies?
Oh my god.
I don't even know what he looks like. I need to ask the Rock that tomorrow.
Is this a school play?
Sounds
Aw.
good. It is.
Aww.
Oh.
That's so cute.
But Layla, and he like takes your hand in his little clawed hand, and he's like, "Thank you."
I am doing the Lord's work, and I hug you. And I give you 4 hit points back so you can have almost full health.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you.
I'll give you that my healing hands there.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome.
I mean,
So-
thank you.
The night comes to a close, and a lot of you return home from your various locations. You head to your various beds, and the day winds down. The kids eventually get shuffled off to bed. The day comes to its final close. The coolness of evening sets in. The heat of the next day awakens you. The kids are sent off to tutors or to their various activities for the day. And you guys have another day, one, in which to rehearse this play and find a dragon scale. And the next evening, you are supposed to meet with Bonnie, and then you are supposed to go to the tower. So you have the day. What is the plan for this day?
Well, I thought, like, word had been sent to what's her face's friend. We were gonna
LOS.
go do the.
So we can get that
She
summer
said
league.
set up a meeting. You're supposed to go
Yeah.
talk to her.
Yeah, that. We got a meeting.
Yeah, is that today?
I think
Yep.
so.
Cool.
Business meeting.
So we should go do that.
Let us do that thing.
Okay, so you guys are gonna head to the dock ward.
I guess
Mhm.
so.
Okay, so you head to Mist Shore, which is literally a dock that jets out over the water, and there are haphazard houses built all over it. And as you head out toward the edge of it, to the end of the Mist Shore, to the end of this dock, basically, what you see is an odd sight. It's a group of about 6 goblins, all dressed like sailors, so in like little uniforms.
Oh.
And they're shuffling about the dock. There's 4 of them that are working a winch together, because it takes all 4 of them to sort of pedal it at the same time. And there's a crane that goes out into the water with a line that's slowly lifting something out. And then there's 2 of them that have lines, ropes that are running down into something in the water, and they're reeling it up. But this is the address you were given, and they're chattering at each other sort of angrily in Goblin.
Oh.
So do we know the name of the person we're supposed to meet? Or
That's a
Huh?
good question.
Yes, her name starts with a G. Hang on. Grinda. Her name is Grinda Garloth. She has some sort of device that allows you to explore the water.
okay.
So these goblins are chattering away and they're reeling something out of the water. And after a few moments, unless you guys interrupt them, this thing gets reeled up out of the water. Let me edit this so that you don't see the notes for it.
Do goblins speak common?
I think they can.
Or do they just
Some can.
gobble?
Yeah.
So
Okay, hang on. Roll20 is not cooperating with me.
Uh-oh.
They pull like what looks like a giant mechanical crab out of the water. Somehow I've zoomed in on Roll20 and it won't let me zoom out.
Mm.
Uh-oh.
Strange.
Come on, roll 20.
You can do this.
we believe in you.
Yes. We do believe in. Oh.
Leave tabs behind.
Did I throw that thing up on your screen yet? No. Okay.
No.
He's stretching to get all the butt scritches in. He likes them. He likes it when I get his,
Scratch.
you know, when I
Aw.
get like the top of the tail and the back hump area. He likes that. He likes to scratch us there.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
then he'll come circle around again, or he'll get his ball and then try to run away from me. Come here.
Oh.
Give me that. Oh yeah.
It's a big noise.
There we go.
Wow.
This-
Oh.
Whoa.
They reeled this thing out of the water. It looks like a barrel with legs and giant pincers, and it's a bizarre mechanical crab. And they sort of reel it up on this crate, and then the two goblins struggle with the weight of it, but manage to reel it over to the dock where it gets lowered down. And then you guys watch as the group of goblins scramble over the top of it and open it up, and out of it comes. You guys have all seen Tweety Bird cartoons, right?
Mhm.
You're the grandma from Tweety.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she comes basically. It's an old elderly woman, like deep sunken wrinkles, a big white bun on top of her head, a long blue flowing, very neatly cut dress. Gets helped out of this thing by a group of like three little goblins, and they're chattering away, and she sort of chats back at them and waves her hand, and then climbs out of the thing. It opens up one of its claws, and out of it a big heavy bag hits the floor, and a bunch of crap spills out of it from rusted, pitted old stuff you assume from the bay, and the goblins scramble over and start sorting through it, and then the woman goes over to the machine itself and starts sort of going over its bits. Here, I have a handout for her too.
Oh. It's Metal Granny.
Oh my god, he's so funny.
Yeah.
He's giving me the licks and tickling my fingers.
Oh.
So she's doing what she's doing in the picture there. She's reading from a book, and she's chanting, and she's running her hands over this machine, and bits of it are sort of like the rust is going away, and bits of it are getting knitted back together. It's a giant, impressive, sort of terrifying device. None of them seem real interested in you or what you're doing.
Hi.
We're just staring. I'm just staring at them.
Hi.
Yeah, you say hi, and the goblins all freeze
Waves.
as they're like going through the crap in this bag, and she looks up at you and says, "Yes, hello there. Can I help you, dear?"
I think we had like a meeting or something.
Oh, you must be the friends of Miss Esville, yes? Yes, she
Yeah.
told me you're interested, and she pats the giant mechanical thing. Told me you might need to borrow koalish here. Tink, tink, tink.
Oh.
What did you call it?
His name is Koalish. Yes.
It has a name. Can that
Aw.
can that
All
thing
good
was,
vessels have a name, dear.
that is quite a mighty.
It's like a crustacean version of Rotor.
Mm-hmm.
It's bigger than Rotor. Like you think all of you could probably ride in it.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Shotgun.
And she looks at you and she goes, yes, well, no, there's no weaponry on it, as it were, other than the claws. You see, I use the device to explore the depths of the bay, and I recover scrap, which I use to pay the goblins, which help me operate the device so that I can go into the bay. It's complicated.
Oh, okay.
You don't have any harpoons attached to the side for your protection?
To
Protection
fend off
from
like
what?
giant octopuses and stuff.
She shakes her head.
Killer
The
whales.
claws are quite good at pinching things. Mostly, I just avoid anything that looks dangerous.
Can this go around 3 parsecs in the space of an hour?
You know what's funny is that reference for Star Wars was wrong, but used parsecs as a measurement, which is actually right. Because you use it as a measurement for distance. Anyway.
So it's like
Because in Star Wars, they use it as a measurement for time, but a parsec is a distance.
so it's like how
Yeah.
people get light years wrong. is what you're
Yeah.
saying.
Well,
It's
light
like
years are a measurement of distance and time.
Oh.
Because it's the amount of
But-
time that it takes light. It's the distance light can travel in a year.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
like the Pokemon thing where the guy walks up to you and he's like, "You're light years away from beating me,"
Aw.
and you beat him, and he's like, "Light years is it's a measure of distance and not time," because he meant it like you're not old enough to beat me or whatever.
What are you trying to infer here, sir? No, but she pats the thing, she repairs a few bits of it, and then she turns around to the group of you and says, well, if you'd like to borrow Koalish here, I do have a request.
What's up?
What's your
What you want?
request?
Well, if you're going to be taking my device into the ocean, well, you see, what I do is I gather treasure and things and scraps, and that's how I keep the machine running, so I can continue my explorations. And in order to do that, if I were to have a day where I were not using the apparatus, then well, that's a day that I'm not getting funded properly for my research. So,
Mm-hmm.
Payment.
well, I have a deal to propose. I thought if you were going to be down there all day with my device anyway, you could just spend the day gathering some stuff for me while you're down there, and then we'll split it when you come up. That way, you give an old lady time to rest her bones, and you get to accomplish whatever you're doing down there.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
And I still get the stuff I need to keep old Koalish here running.
So
Done.
what kind of stuff are you looking for? Are you just looking
Oh,
for
anything shiny.
That's a good
Got it.
that's pretty simple.
Gems, gold. Sometimes you find old cannons down there.
Oh, goodness.
Have you been to those ruins down in there? Down in the
She shakes her head.
Oh, okay.
Ravioli.
Oh, sorry.
Cool stuff.
It's
Fish are
a
shiny.
SpongeBob thing.
Sorry.
I've never watched SpongeBob. I'm sorry.
How dare you?
I'm out of the loop.
Okay.
I have a question on how
They're doing a live action SpongeBob play.
Yeah.
They kind
my
of
God.
used it at some point.
No, but it's like people. It's not like a dude in a costume. It's like a person pretending to be SpongeBob.
Yeah, I know.
It's real
This
weird.
doesn't make
Oh,
me
okay.
feel any better.
It's awesome,
Anyway, what were you
Cat.
saying, Jordan? Let's play D&D.
Okay.
What were you saying?
What I was saying was, how deep can it go? Deep and far. Like, is there like a? Can it only go through the bay? Is it only going the speed of a horse or less?
It can go down to the bottom of the bay. I've been quite deep, and it's about as fast as you are at a decent jog, and it can stay down there. Oh, if a lot of you would go in there, maybe 10 hours. So I'd go 5 hours out and 5 hours back if I were you.
Oh,
Good.
okay. Well, I don't think it'll take us that long.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it takes quite some time to find anything good down there.
Well,
So this-
Right, and we want to make it worth our while, so we'll spend our time down
Hmm.
there and try to hunt up stuff.
Yeah, okay.
how long do you think it would take us to get to the middle of the harbor?
Probably about. It takes about 3 hours of crawling along the bottom in old Koalish here to get out to the middle.
How much oxygen does it have in there?
She said it would last you guys about 10 hours.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. I forgot.
I think we can head to the middle and maybe a little further, just to take the scenic route. Yeah.
Is there a way to get in and out of the robot when you're under?
Well, if you open it when you're under the water, it'll fill with water.
It is no.
She looks at you confused. Why would you open it when you're under the ocean, though?
Well, what if you had to talk to someone who's in the ocean?
Well, I mean, you could talk through the pipes here, and she tings one of the what looks like eye stalks. Anything on the
okay.
outside can hear you. There's some intelligent creatures down there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good enough for me.
I'm not going to ask her how durable it is, because hopefully we won't have to know.
Good. Yeah, that's not.
Mm-hmm.
Good second thought. Hi, Tuppy.
Oh.
Pooper. Where's my pooper?
Well, that just leaves the question of which one of you is gonna pilot it, because only one person can drive.
Oh, I
Who's the
have
best-
experience.
Oh my gosh, you the one that stole the cart and parked it in front of
Yes,
the house.
I drove the cart once.
I mean,
boy.
you are proficient in vehicles land, but I don't think this falls under
I mean,
that.
it's the bottom of
I
the
don't.
ocean.
Am
That's
I
technically
even
the land, isn't
proficient?
it?
I don't think I'm even proficient in land vehicles.
What would that
She
be?
shrugs and she says, "Well, just so you know, if any of you damage it, I'll light you on fire."
Okay.
Let's get
She
you in.
claps. She claps loudly and she points at it. And she chatters at the goblin, and goblin apparently, and they rush up on it, open up the top hatch, and a ladder is lowered down off the side, and yeah, she's just apparently gonna let you guys take her crazy mechanical thing.
Cool. I jump in.
Do you
Okay.
guys
Follow
want
right
me
behind.
in the boat or out of it?
It's 10 hours. How long does polymorph last?
Two, but it's not polymorph. I don't know how to do that.
Get in the boat.
Get in the boat!
Yeah, you'll probably be safer in the boat anyway.
Get in the boat.
Okay. So when you get in the thing, it's just a big barrel shape, basically, a big metal barrel. And Chris, at the far end, there's a chair, and there's sort of a viewing port, like a glass dome, that you can barely see out of the front of it, and then there's just 10 levers.
Cool.
Curtis, do you have dimension door?
I don't, sadly.
Okay.
I'm
Or not sorry, it's
gonna.
Buster. Brain. 'Cause that's
Oh,
a
well,
warlock.
I don't.
Okay.
So
Sorry.
10 levers, Chris.
Yeah. I'm just gonna. I'm not very smart, apparently.
Like left
Aw.
or right?
Oh.
Do I know what they do?
They're not labeled at all, and they're all identical.
Oh
Will
no,
you
it's like
ask? She's right there. We haven't left yet.
Oh, that's true.
So Layla, when you drop in, you just see Chris sitting in the chair looking at all these levers.
He doesn't know what he's doing.
I have like 2 hands like on some of the levers, but I'm not sure if I should move them.
Um,
I'm just kind of sitting here. Like,
Chris, maybe we should ask her how to drive this thing first.
Oh,
Can I do an intelligence?
yeah, I guess
check?
so.
I
it's
suppose
like
you
that.
could try.
Same thing actually, Joyden. Like none of them are. It's 10 levers, and none of them are labeled in any way.
I guess I pop my head out of the top and I'm like, hey, what do?
She's like, oh, of course, yep. Hang on. She chatters at the goblins, and they have to help her because she is quite old. Up into the apparatus again. She lowers down, and she'll go in and explain that like the first lever, the legs and tail extend, so you can flip it. Yeah, it has a little like swimming tail.
Aw.
And so that it switches back and forth between swimming and walking, because it can walk like a crab. The second lever just opens and closes the shutters on the front window, so you can see, or it closes it if the pressure gets really high. The third one does the same thing, that opens and closes the side shutters, so that you can see out of the sides. There's 2 windows on either side of it.
Oh, there are windows. Yes.
Yeah, the fourth lever operates the claws, so it pushes them out and back and forth.
The claw.
Who
Uh,
decides who will go and who will
The
stay?
fifth lever, rather than like opening and closing the claws, like swings them side to side. The sixth lever moves it forward and backwards. The seventh lever turns it. It can turn left and right. The eighth lever, the fixtures that are on the top, it lets you open one up so you can speak out of it. And if you pull it back towards you, the speaking one closes and a light turns on. So you can't have the light and talk at the same time. The ninth lever makes it go up and down in the water. So it's a ballast, basically. It lets air in and out of it. Out of the ballast, and the last lever opens the rear hatch. She says not to mess with that one when you're under.
So what I'm hearing is that next time we're gonna play the most extreme crane game ever.
I will post this in the chat for you guys.
Oh, thank
Which
God.
means everybody take note, because this might become important later.
Is there a test later?
It might be.
All I know for the test is open the last one first to get it, but not after. Not ever after.
Well, I think you can't get in unless it's already open.
Oh yeah, actually we are already in because the latch is open. So I guess number 10 they closed it.
So it has the up position and the down position. It's not as complicated as it sounds. Like there's a lever for moving forward and backward, a lever for turning. The rest of them just do random little things. There's 2 levers for operating the claws, and then 2 levers for operating shutters.
And then lights and the talking.
Yeah,
So,
lights and a thing that allows you to turn the lights on and off.
8 like.
Cool. And on that note, once you guys now understand how to operate this machine, we will go ahead and end the night with the lid being shut on this thing, it being screwed closed, and you feel the crane lift the apparatus up off the ground and begin herky-jerkily lower you into the water as a group of goblins begin to lower you into the water in a giant rusty crab machine.
Cool.
I hope
Yay!
nobody is claustrophobic.
I am.
Blood.
We're about to find out.
Claustrophobic.
Make
Claustrophobic.
make a
That was-
wisdom
that
saving
was
throw.
funny.
And next week we'll take the week off for Christmas, but the week after we're gonna do the holiday special. We'll do our Christmas special. Do you guys want to play your Dragon Ice characters, or do you want to play your Tomb of Annihilation characters, or do we want to do like just one-shot characters?
Eh. What
I
kind of
have-
Christmas game are we doing?
It,
Settle on.
So I'll tell you about the holiday in Waterdeep. It's called Dead Winter, and it is a time where noble people get together and try to be charitable. It's the center part of winter, the harshest part, right in the center of winter. Noble people try to get together and be charitable and be like, hey, let's help people less fortunate than us, blah blah blah. But if you're not noble, if you're not super rich, it's just the shittiest time of the year for you.
Aww.
Cool. I love it.
Yeah,
Um,
I wouldn't mind being a one-shot noble. Just be like, oh, this is the greatest day of my life. Oh,
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
you guys want to all make nobles then?
Kind of want to bring
God.
Kiss out again.
I want to bring Nor out again.
who? Kiss Nora?
Nor the Knoll.
So okay, so
Oh yeah.
we just Kissa. Okay, so we just all want to do one-shot characters.
Sure.
We wanna do
Yeah, I guess so.
different characters entirely. Cool. Okay, I'm down with that. I will let you guys know that for helping you with building your characters, I'm thinking of doing like a murder mystery style thing.
Ooh.
Sounds
Um,
delicious.
Not exactly, not like Clue, but
Oh no, I just met all the bodies.
Wait, are you a shark right now?
It'll
You're
be-
not even in the water.
it'll be a Christmas murder mystery. She's already in character, so that is what we will do.
Okay, sounds good.
So if you want to make characters that are good at like perception and investigation and that sort of stuff.
I'm making Julia Childs.
Or
I love that.
Oh yeah, bring back your cooking orc. Your
My
big
cooking orc, yeah.
Oh,
Forget
she
her
was so
name.
cute. I
Gourmet.
loved
The
her.
gourmet. The gourmet. I'm the gourmet. A little bit of sherry for the cooking, a little bit of sherry for the gourmet.
Dude, you guys laugh. Did you ever watch Julia? You ever watch The Joy of Cooking? That's how Julia Childs did every episode.
yeah.
She'd be like,
Fucking
"A little
drunk.
sherry." Yeah, she always had a glass of booze, man. And she literally said that in an episode. She was like, "A little sherry for the pasta, a little sherry for Julia."
A little
She
sherry
drank
for
a whole
Julia.
fucking glass of sherry.
Well, I mean, she was a spy, so I'll bet she was a hard drinker. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Her and Jacques Poupon just getting fucking crunk in every episode of the show.
Pepin. It's Jacques Pepin.
Whatever, French McCooker guy.
French McCooker.
French McCookin' fucker. He's Irish now. Sweet. Alright, so we will pick up in 2 weeks with our Christmas special.
Christmas
Yay.
special.
Yay.
See you guys.
See you guys.